can be very frustrating if you want to use the appraisal that you purchased before listing a house to make sure that your value is right. And now you come to find out that that buyer can't even use that same appraisal. Hi, this is Recharging with Champions, and I'm your host, Charlotte Harrill. This week, we are talking all about appraisals. So, if you need some good information to put on your social media or maybe even make a video, come on, make a video. Here is some great material for you. And today is Monday, and we always tell a Monday memory or a story. And I am going to tell you a story about one of my clients who I was actually helping him buy his next house. But before he listed the house he was leaving, his departure residence, he did have an appraisal done. He just wanted to know what the value was going to be. He wanted to make sure he was listing it right. He's one of those ultra cautious people. And so he went and he paid himself to go have an appraisal done on the property. A couple weeks later, when that house went under contract, he was cussing. He was so mad. He called me furious with the buyer's lender, the realtors, because they could not use the appraisal that he had already had done. I calmed him down and I explained to him that back in 2007 and 2008, when the market crashed, one of the big issues was coercion between sellers and realtors and lenders on property values. So, one of the things that they instated was a separation of appraisers to interested parties. So now, when we go to order an appraisal, we can't use an appraisal that the seller ordered because the seller ordered it directly to the appraiser. There was communication. Whether or not there was coercion or not, that's not for me to decide. But the bottom line is there is communication. But we can't prove that that communication was okay. So now we have to order it through a third party, or we have to have an appraisal panel that randomly selects appraisers to go appraise houses. That appraiser is supposed to let us know if there's any relationship that they have with the seller or with the buyer up front so that we know that there is no coercion. So I explained this to the seller. He did settle down. He was still a little bit miffed that his realtors didn't tell him this before he ordered that appraisal. But at the end of the day, it was fine. It all worked out. Something for you to know if you are going to list your house is if you decide to pay for an appraisal, which is not a bad idea, just know it's not something that the buyer can use. And sometimes appraisals don't come in exactly the same because it is an opinion of value and opinions do differ. That's a whole nother story. We'll get into that later on in the week. But for now, this is some good material that you, real estate professional, can make a great video, share it with your sphere, make sure that people know and understand. Let's be the guru in our industry, and we will see you tomorrow.